Let's begin in West Bengal. Even before the polls closed there, a new Bengali word was already entering the national vocabulary. Poribhartan, change, big change. Our exit poll data says that after 34 years of left rule, the right choice for Bengalis appears to be none other than Mamta Banerjee. Now, NewsX's Sneha Mordani has the main numbers for us, and we'll be debating them right now with our guests. Now, with me in the studio, Chandan Mitra, analyst and editor of the Pioneer newspaper. Joining us from our Kolkata studio, Mohammad Salim, member of the CPM. Also, Sugata Roy, the Trinamool Congress union member of states. And lastly, and certainly not last, Amulya Ganguly, political analyst, also here in the studio with me. And of course, with us is also the man who's put all these numbers together for us, Yashwant Deshmukh, cephalogist par excellence, and the C-voter person, as I said, who created the NewsX C-voter exit poll. But first, let's take a quick look at our numbers. Sneha, tell us, what do they look like?
Well, that's right, Jahangir. A sea change expected really this time around. Mamta Banerjee expected to push out the left after 34 years of rule. Let's take a quick look at the numbers here. The left front is expected to get barely around 48 to 56 seats out of the total 294 seats. Didi, though, trumps the Congress in the left and is predicted to get 192 seats out of the total 294. Sorry. In terms of the vote share, TMC is expected to have 36% of the total votes here. The Congress likely to have 16%, the left front to have their 39%, others of course about 9%. And let's also look at the swing right here. Mamta is expected to swing an additional 9% of votes their way. The Congress is small 1%. The left front will swing 11% away, meaning 11% of voters this time around will not stand by the party. That's what it looks like. So Jahangir, in all probability, looks like Didi is really going to push out the left front government from West Bengal.
All right. Well, Yashwant Deshmukh, let me put this question to you. You've been following these elections. You've put together these numbers. Now, this really looks much more like the left losing the election, a little bit more than Mamta winning it, isn't it?
Oh, very much. And I think it has been building up a negative sentiment over the years. And the problem was not just that Mamta was getting the numbers upswing, but it was also the problem that left was going down in this particular election. You might remember, you may like to remember the Bihar elections where, you know, Nitish did not really cross the 40% vote mark, but it was Lalu Yadav who actually went below 30s, which created that kind of lopsided number. And here we are looking at the clear probability of Mamta Banerjee and Congress together going across 50% vote mark. Even if you set aside 3% margin of error in favor of the left front, that means, you know, pull out 3% from Mamta's vote chunk and put it on the left front mark. Left will even then it is going to touch around 42 and Mamta will come down to 49 and still it will be a gap of 7%. That's a huge gap. That's a really big gap, and that is why it was all through the day, it was a really tricky thing to assert on the numbers, because with that kind of gap in our first past the post system, the numbers of the seats are always going to be skewed.
All right. Well, let's put that to Mohammad Salim. Sir, you've heard what, you know, our analysts and reporters had to say. It looks like the CPM has shot itself in the foot. Basically, clumsiness, bad governments, corruption, violence, Singur, Nandigram, all the chickens have come home to roost, and basically you're in the political doghouse, sir.
It's difficult to comment at this point of. Just a few hours ago, election has been over and vote has been casted. And in a democracy, whatever the result is, the verdict, we have to accept it. And verdict is yet to come. This is exit poll or opinion poll. I have great respect for you people as experts, but I am neither a statistician nor a cephalogist. And I think in a democracy for 34 long years, a single party-led coalition running the government itself is a big story. And in any case, either this time or even in 2001 or 2005, since 96, we are listening that there should be a change and government should alter one by one. So in this time also, I don't think we should wait for 2 more days. And after 13th, because there is no hurry, but you cannot jump Of course, exit poll these days are very scientifically done, but various exit poll or opinion poll having various projections, is very difficult to find out the
Okay.
best one or the correct one.
Okay,
You have to
so
wait
you're
for 2 days, 2
so
years,
you're trying
and
to
it's very-
postpone.
as poll pundits, it's
You're
very
trying to
difficult
postpone facing the bad news, but let me put one thing to Chandan Mitra. You're a BJP member of parliament. All the issues that you've been knocking the left with hard, where you've been demanding accountability from, the people have made them pay and made them be accountable now.
I think the findings of your exit poll are pretty much reflective of the kind of sentiment that was sweeping across Bengal. I recently spent 15 days there, and it's very clear that people had made up their mind, and this time the predominant view was we have to throw the left front out at least once.
But still people would not go to the BJP.
No, well, you see, BJP is not a strong enough party to take advantage of that kind of
But that
sentiment.
would make you a very weak party in West Bengal
no,
if,
I mean,
in
you
the
see-
face of such discontent with the left.
Look, let's face facts. In the 2004 Lok Sabha election, the only Trinamool MP from Bengal was Mamata Banerjee. And in a few years' time, she is knocking at the doors of Writers' Building.
All right.
So changes do happen, and I am very hopeful of the BJP's performance.
Okay.
We have never had our MLA in the assembly, at least since 1967. So I think one should not have unrealistic expectations that BJP can suddenly come there
Okay, but
and fill in the gap.
so you're
I think
disappointed.
as of now, you haven't given a breakup of the possible number of seats that BJP can win.
Okay.
But we would be happy to actually mark our presence in the assembly,
Okay.
even if with a few seats.
Before we go to Sugata Roy from the TMC, a man who must be feeling very good at this moment, let's remind you basically of the numbers. Yashwant, if you can go through the key numbers for us again.
Sure. The numbers are very clear, crisp and clear. In fact, it is Mamata Banerjee right at the doorstep of at a striking distance of 200, the magic figure of 200 or on her own. And it is very clear that along with the Congress, that's her ally, it's actually way beyond 200 at the moment. That is what it looks like. And I must tell the fact that in the first past the post scenario, in this kind of system, the vote share and the seat share don't really go hand in hand many times. You have seen that in Bihar recently, with only 40% of less than 40% of votes, Nitish Kumar had actually swept Bihar election like anything. And that is why we are saying that giving a number to Mamata Banerjee at the moment, it is a tricky business. But whatsoever experience that we have gained, we can simply say it's a big, huge positive swing for Mamata and Congress. That is 9 and 1, that is totaling to about 10% positive swing for the Mahajot. And there is a huge minus 11%, that's a minus 11% swing against the left. And that is very critical, keeping in mind, Jahangir, that there was an increase in turnout. So it looks like a dual impact where the left front vote share has switched, and then there has been an additional turnout in favor of Mamata Banerjee, which is creating these kind of numbers.
All right, well, let me go to Sugata Roy. After all that heat, all that dust, all that campaigning, sir, it looks like your party alone will get a 2/3 majority in the West Bengal House, and with your partner, the Congress, you could have a full 3/4 majority. Tell us, sir, how does it feel? What do you think got you to this place?
No, I would not like to comment on actual numbers, but we are sure that a change is taking place and a big change is taking place. Poribarton, as you say, is going to happen. This we realized during the campaign. This we realized during the various phases of election. This we realized from the high voter turnout. This we realized from the faces of the voters. This we realized from the enthusiasm of our workers. It obviously feels very nice because we've been through very difficult 5 years since 2006. As was correctly pointed out, in 2004, we had only one MP, that is Ms. Mamata Banerjee, in Parliament. In 2009, we have 19 MPs on our own and 26 MPs for our alliance. It seems that the trend which started with the Lok Sabha elections in 2009 has continued. While I'd not like to comment on the numbers, it's definite that we're going to win in a big way. People of Bengal have voted with their feet, and they've come out and they've defied all intimidation, they've defied all threats, they've protested against the killings of innocent people in Nandigram, Nitai and Shingur. They have protested against misgovernance. They have protested against politicization of the administration and of education. And they have protested in a big way. I think the results may very closely come to what you have said. I hope so. What
So let me put something to you. Let me put something to you, Mr. Roy. One of the issues is that, while your party, as you are saying right now, has been very effective at protesting against the left, at basically criticizing the left, you really have not presented to the people or your nation your own agenda for governance in West Bengal. Why don't you give us an idea right now, if you basically take power, as it looks very likely that you will, by resounding margin, what is your government going to be out? Can you name one thing that your party will be doing once it takes power to reverse 34 years of left rule?
No, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that our election manifesto has not come to your attention. We published it in English. It's unfortunate that our outlook for West Bengal, which we also published in English, has not come.
So share it with the nation. If not everyone's read your manifesto, go ahead.
We'll have twin planks. Yeah, I thought the journalists would. But what I'm saying is that we have twin objectives. A is to give people good administration, free of partisanship, and B, tackle the unemployment problem in the state head on. That is the basic thing.
Let's
and
take
we
those
hope that the left front has left the state in a financial mess. We hope that with the help from the center, we shall be able to sort out the mess and bring West Bengal back on the path of development, which it lacks.
Let's put this to Amulya Ganguly. So you were an analyst, you've been watching this. Now the Trinamool wants us to believe that the people voted because of their promise of good governance. Are you really believing that? Are you confident that that's actually going to be, there's going to be a change in this state with Mamata Banerjee coming in?
No, I don't think the people voted people voted for bad governance, because of bad governance, not for Mamata's good governance, because Mamata so far hasn't shown anything to suggest that she has evolved from a rabble rouser. Her whole
politics, the transition from a rabble rouser, an opposition sort of grand dame of the opposition, to a leader who can govern a state is not very easy. Not everyone can always do that.
Yeah, that is a problem. Now, this is the first problem she has to overcome, is to prove that she can become an administrator. So far, there has been no sign of that. Whether she'll be able to prove it, whether some of the people she has chosen, like Amit Mitra, for instance, will help her to do so, is still very unclear.
But that's one thing, Chandan. Let me put this to you. When you look at the people who've sort of converged around Mamata Banerjee, it's that convergence of protest. You've got great economists and corporate leaders like Amit Mitra, you've got a whole bunch of retired bureaucrats, and then you've got the whole bunch of the left gundas who basically crossed over to the Trinamool. How is this motley crew going to hold together?
Well, it's an important question. There's no doubt about it. It is true that while Mamata Banerjee has managed to attract a large number of very, very, I would say, intelligent, professional people along with her, like for instance, Sabir Bhatia has kind of prepared the Trinamool's website. So there are a lot of people who actually want her to win, who want her to come and do something for Bengal, because it has had the silence of the graveyard for the last 34 years. So people want change, people want Mamata to succeed. But also, you're right, a large number of lumpen elements have also joined her, because they saw the writing on the wall, they knew that the CPM era was ending, so they crossed over. So to managing this is going to be a very big challenge, but I would say we must give her a chance if these results are correct. Well, but before Jahangir, I have a question to ask.
We have to take a quick break.
Very quick one. Yashwant, I'm surprised, I'll route your question through Jahangir. You've given 16% vote to the Congress, which contested only 64 seats. So I'm really surprised how they're getting
Dr.
half
Mitra,
the
margins
percentage
are-
that Trinamool is getting.
No, Dr. Mitra, the margins are quite huge in many of the seats, and especially even in the Congress strongholds, the margins are quite huge. And this is one of the problems that we were facing, that most of the seats which Mamta was initially leading and Congress was leading, they were winning them with huge margins, and big number of seats were going down with very close margins. And this is where we had to take the call that whether it is going to be a simple or a clean sweep or a 2/3 or 3/4. But eventually what counts also, you remember 1984 election when Congress actually got more votes than the left front, but still managed to get very few seats in the parliament from West Bengal. So these kind of things happen, but at the same time I must say that the writing, as you said, the writing is very, very clear on the wall. It's for change. Numbers might vary. I've been working with your newspaper as well, and it's been 18 years, and many a times we have figured out that the votes and numbers don't really go in hand. But this time it seems like it is going in one way. It's a one-way traffic at the moment.
All right, on that note, let's do a quick break, but we'll be back in just a minute. The numbers seem to be going Mamta Banerjee's way. It's not an exact science, but she looks all set to sweep West Bengal. But what will that mean? Will Mamta be more leftist than the left? Will she be more corrupt? Will she be less so? That's what we'll be debating with our guests when we get back. Join us in just a minute. Don't go away.
The question is not whether or not Mamta Banerjee is going to become the chief minister. The question is how big is the margin that is going to be, and it can range anywhere from 2/3 to 3/4 or maybe more, because we have seen previously that many a times in this system the vote share and the seat share, they don't have a linear combination between the two. But as far as the vote share and thing is concerned, Mamta Banerjee and Congress are having a very clear-cut swing of almost about 10%, which is coming right from the pockets of the left front, which is facing a huge mammoth negative swing of 11% votes. And if it is translated into seats, and I am doing a linear translation, if it is translated into the seats, then probably Mamta Banerjee can even touch 200 on her own. That's a magic number, but that is a distinct possibility with this kind of vote share.
Okay, Mohammad Salim of the CPM is also with us. Sir, let me ask you this question. Inside the CPM right now, how much introspection, how much ruing is going on about where you've gone wrong, not just in the last 34 years, but just in the last 3 years, where your party's popularity has plummeted?
Even after the Lok Sabha election in 2009, and that started from 2008 in the Panchayat election, the party evaluated it from the bottommost, our unit, to the highest level, that is Central Committee and Politburo. And this is not because in Lok Sabha or Panchayat election we got defeated, but even when we won the election, there is a practice of the left parties, the CPIM in particular, that we evaluate the situation and evaluate the result. And we publish also, it's a published document, it's in our website also, the reason, political, organizational, and all other aspects also are taken care of. And that is what for last 2 years we are trying to correct those issues, address those issues and correct those things, revamping the organization, repositioning ourselves. And I think to some extent people also, particularly our supporter base, also like that. Okay. Now it's too early to comment now, because now at this moment party is not meeting. After the result comes out, we will discuss and decide. Okay. On the basis of exit poll or opinion poll or the experts' opinion expressed in the studios, the party cannot just jump on the conclusion. We have to give you, you'll be kind enough to give us some time, so that after assessing the result, we can evaluate that. We'll come up with the evaluation.
Let me ask.
Thanks.
Let me ask you, sir, Mr. Roy. Let me ask you this. There's some questions about basically Mamta Banerjee's role now. Many people say she will be chief minister. Many people she'll sort of take the Maharashtra sort of model and hold the remote control to the person in the chief minister's chair. Can you tell us what will her basic choice be going forward?
I think that the people have voted seeing Mamta Banerjee as chief minister. The decision is of course hers, but this election was a mandate in favor of Mamta Banerjee as chief minister. Now how and when it will be done is a matter for Mamta Banerjee herself to decide. She has single-handedly led the campaign and single-handedly demolished the monolith the left had built over 34 years. That is why I object to Mr. Amulya Ganguly's description of her as a rabble-rouser. She has proved to be a mass leader, and also she has been the railway minister for the last 2 years. She has presented 3 railway budgets. Rabble-rousers are not able to present railway budgets and run the railways without raising the fares.
Okay.
So I think that the people want Mamta Banerjee.
Okay, so Mamta Banerjee will be the chief minister, something we're all wondering, you know, the role that she's have to step into. I don't know if 2 years as a cabinet minister running railways, really run more by bureaucrats, is adequate. But anyway, that's something that will unfold and we'll all be watching carefully. The question I wanted to ask you is price rise. For months, the country was sort of wrapped around this issue of price rise. It was the BJP's primary after corruption, you know, political issue. What role do you think price rise played in bringing the left down?
Well, a significant role, no doubt. People are agitated. People in Bengal are agitated because, you know, by and large, the Bengali middle class is a salaried middle class. And the salaried middle class has been very badly affected. There's also a lot of poverty in Bengal. It has not kind of prospered, and 34 years of CPM rule has seen to it that there has been a deindustrialization of Bengal. As a result of this, there is a lot of unemployment, a lot of hunger, and so price rise really impacts people a great deal. They know that the state government cannot really change the entire dynamics of price rise, but they expected the CPM to be much more proactive in this matter and bring up these issues. And from Mamta Banerjee, they also expect certain schemes to alleviate this price rise so that the state government can perhaps subsidize a few things. People will expect her to keep control on the price line.
Okay. Mr. Ganguly, let me ask you this. Do you actually expect Mamta Banerjee to rule as a leftist? Because much of her rhetoric has actually been more leftist than the left's. Do you actually, when we talked, when Mr. Roy was talking about new industrial age in West Bengal, do you expect her to bring in things like labor reform, to deregulate many industries, to give up state control of industries, to allow the Land Ceiling Act to change? Do you expect her to do these things, or do you expect her to govern as a leftist?
No, I think she has no economic ideas at all. She just started out as Saugata Rai said, as single-handedly to demolish the left front, which she has done. It's been a remarkable performance in that sense. But I don't think from the economic standpoint she has any clear ideas of her own, either left or right. In fact, the way she demolished, she booted the Tatas out of Singur shows that she has, you know, she follows this vacuous slogan of Ma Mati Manush, which really doesn't amount to anything positive also.
Okay.
So
there's one concern I wanted to put to both Mr. Roy and also Mohammad Salim. So we have seen in West Bengal, when there's been a massive change in power, when a massive change in political equations, the state unfortunately also witnesses a lot of violence. Many people are now expecting the same wave of violence across West Bengal. Can you both here sort of commit to your message and your party's control over its cadres and say here on national television that you would be working very hard within your parties to prevent the kind of bloodshed that we saw in 1977, and many analysts are fearing that we would see again in West Bengal? What are your parties doing about this, and can you tell us here, can you talk to your country, I mean to your state, to your cadres, and urge them not to indulge in any kind of violence now?
No.
Go ahead, Mr. Salim.
Jahangir.
No, Mamta Banerjee
First
has
of all,
given a clear
your
message
concern and
in her
apprehension is
manifesto.
correct. But what I can say is that 77, it was not true. Your premises is not true. In 77, when the left front came to power, there was appreciation. But if you consult the newspapers and experts there, 77, immediately, I don't think that there was any violence. Rather, people had a great relief of sigh. On the other hand, now of course, since the Lok Sabha election, after a similar changes to some extent and Panchayat election, there is some violence. But I think whoever wins in Bengal, that apprehension will not be there, and so effect of sovereignty will be there. As far as CPM and left is concerned, that's what we are working hard for, peace and restoration of peace and normalcy. And I think the power, if they come to power, Trinamool Congress, that will have a sobering effect on them also.
Okay, very quickly, Mr. Roy, your view on that, your response?
No, we have already given the slogan that we don't want revenge, we want change. And there will be no revenge, as Mamata Banerjee has clearly spelled out. Our workers will be firmly in control. Now we will have to run the state and we will run it peacefully. Even after Lok Sabha elections, we have lost 350 workers of ours in the face of CPM goons. But still, we shall not go for revenge. It is our responsibility to give the people a peaceful state. We will ensure that the state remains entirely peaceful and be a model to the whole country.
There will be no revenge in a state where Mamata Banerjee is Chief Minister. That's what Mr. Roy says of his leader and his party, and we'll all be praying that that is exactly what happens. For now, let's take a break on West Bengal, but when we come back, we'll be sharing with you our exit polls for Tamil Nadu and Kerala and Assam, so don't go away. Join us in just another moment.